International news. A UK High Court has ruled that Julian Assange, a journalist and founder of WikiLeaks, which publishes news leaks and classified media provided by anonymous sources, can be extradited from the UK to the US. Those were our main headlines. Now the news in detail. Now, President-elect Adama Barrow on Saturday morning left the country for Abuja, Nigeria, where he has joined other sub-regional leaders for the 60th Ordinary Summit of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government. As Aliou Cissé reports, the ECOWAS leaders will discuss and take decisions on issues in the sub-region.
ECOWAS leaders, including President-elect Adama Barrow of the Gambia, are meeting in Abuja, Nigeria, for the 60th Ordinary Summit of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government. The last Ordinary Summit was hosted last June in Accra, Ghana, whose President Nana Akufo-Addo is the current chairman of the sub-regional bloc. In the past, ECOWAS leaders have used the summit to renew their continued commitment and support for implementation of all the major integration ECOWAS projects. As usual, leaders will consider the reports of the Council of Ministers as well as specific reports submitted for guidance and decisions. President Barrow says the summit is very important to the Gambia, who for the first time has assumed the role of the President of the ECOWAS Commission.
What's your expectation from this summit?
Well, it's a statutory meeting. First of all, I will seize this opportunity to congratulate Gambians. I think this is the first time the Gambian will assume the responsibility of being president of the ECOWAS Commission. But we have a wide range of things to discuss. Of course, Mali and Guinea are on the table, and other issues that we think we should discuss. COVID is part of it, terrorism, security, these are all part of what we are going to discuss. But the most important thing is Gambia is assuming the responsibility of presidency for the president of the Commission for the first time in the history of this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Safe flight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency.
The Gambia's candidate to occupy this high-profile position is Dr. Umar Toure, who served as the Gambia's Foreign Affairs Minister as well as its permanent representative at the United Nations. He also worked with the Islamic Development Bank. The position rotates among the member states of the organization, and the Gambia will assume the role from 2022 to 2026. Observers say it is a sign of the country's recognition and respect among its peers within the sub-region. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
The Commissioner General of the Gambia Revenue Authority, Yankuba Dabo, on Thursday revealed that preparations for the digitalization of the Gambia's revenue collection system is at an advanced stage. He was speaking in an exclusive interview with QTV's Antumana Isonyasi. More in this report.
In a bid to resolve challenges associated with filing for tax relief, facilitate easy payment of tax, data collection, ensure a secure, safe and accessible payment mode, and improve revenue collection, the Gambia Revenue Authority will soon roll out a new digital system. It is a major shift from the customary analog system that will not only boost revenue collection but make life easy for the taxpayer and the authority. Yankuba Dabo, Commissioner General of the Gambia Revenue Authority, says the new digital systems to be introduced for international trade and an integrated tax administration for domestic taxes are part of a series of reform strategies enshrined in the GRA Corporate Strategic Plan for 2020-2024.
These web-based applications, they are softwares that you can get access to, whether you are in the country or you are out of the country. Once you have your username and your password, you can go through the system and do your declarations. And then you can even go ahead and do your payments. So that means that we are expecting to have more revenue in both systems, both the Asikuda Wall and GamTaxNet. That's one. Second, the most important thing is the data. In these new systems, we are likely to have correct data. And data is the world now. Whatever you are doing, you need to have the statistics.
Further stressing the importance of digitalizing the country's revenue collection system, He says it will enhance transparency and trust, reduce the compliance burden for taxpayers, and improve administrative efficiency. He also revealed that they have already signed a fiber optic internet service agreement with Gamtel for the provision of fiber optic internet service to all the 20 GRA offices across the country in anticipation of the new system.
In order for us to succeed in that digitalization, we need to have an internet connection that is strong, reliable at all given time, and secured as well. And Gamtel is in custody of the fiber optic. And therefore, what we have been using in the fight a wireless system of internet. This system, not downplaying in it, but I know that the fiber is stronger and more secured. And for us to embark on this new system, the iTax and the Asikuda wall, we need a very strong internet system.
Digital transformation of tax processes and procedures is a key component of the GRA strategy to broaden the tax base. Hence, Commissioner General Dabo's conviction that with a secure, safe and reliable digital system, the authority will succeed in its drive to maximize revenue collection. Answane Sonyasi for QTV News.
Moving on, a fire on Friday destroyed a row of houses containing 6 apartments in Kumbo, Wilingara. The cause of the fire is still unknown, but the residents say a lack of running water at the time of the incident made the situation worse. Babukase has the rest of that story.
The incident occurred on Friday at around 2 p.m. when most of the men were at the mosque attending Friday prayers. The cause of the fire is yet to be established, but an electric short circuit is suspected. Eyewitnesses say the fire started in the ceiling of the first apartment and quickly spread to other areas. One of the victims, Abubakar Jallo, said the only thing he has left are the clothes he wore to the mosque.
Definitely, I didn't know the cause of the fire, because I was from the mosque, Friday prayers. I heard people are shouting, fire, fire. So then, the moment I saw them, then I just rushed. The moment I come, I found the fire was very powerful. So then I have to take a vehicle and go and call the fire service, because we call fire service, nobody's respond. So then we have to go there. So then, but unluckily, somebody get them. So then I met them on the road. Then we turned back with the car. So then, before we arrived here, everything was burned to asset. Nothing was recovered. Yes, neighbors came. It also it was lack of water, because the problem here, this area, when around by this time there is no water, the whole tap will be closed. So we have to try and talk to these guys at the back here. They put everything on, because they have other place to get water. So that's the place we are trying to struggle in, and the other neighbors to help us. Anything, I didn't recover anything. You see that what I have, this isn't I have from now, right now. I'm just from the mosque, I found the fire is on. So I didn't recover anything. So appealing to everybody to help, because we need a help. Yes, because the moment you come, you find everything is lost, you have to appeal to other people to help you. On my neighbors, because all of us will lose everything. Most of them are family members. They have a large family. They need to help. All of us, we need to help. So we are appealing the whole, the parastatal and the government department and the other areas. Is anybody's? We are just appealing to help.
Another victim appealing for help is Nakeba Sane. She has lost everything.
Everything is burned to ashes. Nothing was recovered. I sell foodstuffs and I bought the consumables on Wednesday, but the fire has destroyed everything. We also have a guest from Europe who came last week and all his stuff was burnt. I am appealing for help because I rented 2 apartments and I'm responsible for feeding all my siblings and my 4 children. I cannot explain what we are going through right now. I am calling on people for support.
The victims thank their neighbors for helping them to try to put out the fire. They believe that some of their belongings might have been spared if running water was available at the time of the incident. The victims are seeking help from the government, donor agencies, individuals, philanthropists, and the public. Babu Karsi, QTV News.
Skills are the expertise or talent required to do a job or carry out a task. Many young people with trained skills earn a living for themselves and their families. The demand for skilled jobs is increasing as rapid development takes place. Our regional correspondent, Bakri Balde in Jarosoma, spoke to some skilled workers in the lower region. Here is what he found.
Many different skills one can use to have a successful working life. Most skilled workers we spoke to are inspired by their work and say even when it is tedious, the knowledge that they can earn a good living from it keeps them going. Aliu Damfa, who owns a welding workshop, does welding and fabrication, stated that he was supported by GIZ to start up his own workshop. While appreciating the benefits of having a skilled job, he is seeking more support to enhance his business. He also implores other youths to be productive.
I still lack some materials. It would be very good if they help me with cutting machines, because I really lack such machines. Skilled work is very beneficial. A person can be lazy, but skilled work is good. You and your family can benefit a lot from it.
Babukal Toure, a carpenter who has a carpenter workshop with his apprentice, explained how significant skilled jobs are. He is urging youths to venture into similar skilled jobs and avoid illegal migration to Europe.
Where you work is where you earn a living. Quitting school or leaving your skilled work is not good. Gambians should believe in themselves and work. What we look for in another country by using the back way is available in this country. The only thing we need is help.
We
are pleading with the government to help us with machines and help us to sell what we manufacture within the country.
Musa Njai, a motor mechanic, outlined the challenges encountered daily. According to him, lack of required tools to carry out certain works are a great concern.
The
work is not difficult, but the problem we are faced with is that most of the cars coming into the country are electronic cars. If you don't have certain materials, it will be difficult to repair such cars. If I know a vehicle is an electronic one, I don't usually touch it because I don't have the materials. It could even be a minor problem, but if you touch it without using the proper tools, you may worsen the problem.
His workshop offers various motor mechanic training to many youths. Umar Jallo highlighted that his tailoring workshop is attracting a lot of customers and further mentioned some difficulties encountered.
I lack materials, but I am getting some little clients. Sometimes, some clients will come and ask if I can sew certain styles, which I can do. However, due to lack of equipment, I am unable to do those jobs.
It takes determination and hard work, but almost any skill can be learned and improved on. It is inspirational to see young people in different meaningful skill jobs doing their utmost to uplift their living condition and their dependents. Reporting for QTV News, I am Bakar Balde.
Now, body shaming is one of the major problems that people shy away from talking about in many communities around the world. Some are teased or shamed for not having the perfect body. But what is a perfect body? We sought people's opinion on body shape and size. More in this report. Body shaming is the action or practice of humiliating someone by making mocking or critical comments about their body shape or size. In our society, comments like, "You are so skinny, are you sick?" Alternatively, "You are so fat, you need to lose some weight," are common. Women are mostly faced with harsher judgment than men about the look and shape of their bodies. Preferred body types differ between cultures. For example, in some part of Africa, a skinny person, especially a woman, is frowned upon. In Mauritania, some believe a woman's size indicates the amount of space she occupies in her husband's heart, and the more the better. There are also odes and songs that glorify women of ample flesh, who would be considered obese in other regions. They are considered beautiful if fat and fleshy. In some part of rural Mauritania, girls are forced to eat excessive amounts of food to achieve female roundness and corpulence so that they can be married off as young as possible. While in some Arab countries, voluptuous women are seen as sexy and a symbol of wealth. Fatou Sanyang, Julde Barry and Zainab Haidara share their thoughts on the issue of the shape and size of women.
I have grown towards it because I've taken that so many times. But I do normally say there are different people. Some people are so self-conscious. For instance, if you meet them in the morning and you just tell them some negative things about them, you've ruined their whole day. So that is very bad. I do have bad experience about it.
And then they would say, are you sick? There was a time somebody even told me, am I a sickle cell patient? So, you know, like, people will stigmatize you to an extent that they will use certain things on you and imply it when actually that does not define you.
Madam Fatu Kinte Kantara, a psychologist, says body shaming people is beyond physical. She adds that it affects people's mental health and self-esteem.
I have a lot of people in institutions who are mentally ill, who are suffering from anorexia nervosa, who are suffering from bulimia nervosa. Anorexia nervosa is being fearful to eat, and bulimia nervosa is eating and taking it out because you are afraid to gain weight. And either way, this can lead to even death.
She continues to say that the focus is to eat a healthy diet.
A man can be tall and big and have a big stomach. People don't even talk about it. But the moment somebody, a woman, is seen as looking different from what is so-called expected of them to look like, then they are ashamed. So it's women, really. The women are the ones who are oppressed in the society.
Madam Kinte Kantara advises people to be confident with their body, eat healthily, and live a good lifestyle. In many countries, the media is blamed for portraying certain shapes as desirable, especially in advertising. The only way to combat body shaming, many say, is to respect and accept one another and accept one's own size and shape, as well as that of others. If someone wants to lose or put on weight, it should be their choice and not due to societal pressure. Ajipinto Drame, QTV News. Well, that's it from me in tonight's edition of the news. Thank you for watching and have a nice evening.